It's been about 3 months since the 1.7 update for the Zoom F6 was released, and it was very underwhelming. I gotta be honest with you, there weren't many things that changed the functionality of the Zoom F6. Granted, and to be fair, it really didn't need many things to be updated or changed. I mean, it works fine, it works great, and there's no technical issues. Knock on wood, of course. I'm very superstitious if you don't know. So, what I want to talk about here is some things that I want and possibly could get. Welcome back to the Rebel Tech channel. I'm Justin, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Zoom F6 and possible updates that could happen in the future. 1.8 update possibly, maybe one day, and possibly some Mark II or F6N hardware possibilities, some things that could be changed. But here's a list that I compiled with a couple of people. I will mention them as well. And we really thought about what could make this thing that much better. So the first thing I want to talk about with my wish list, and my friend Chris, he made this one for us. He mentioned that in the 24-bit mode, you can't adjust the gain with the knob. The knob is a fader in which adjusts the left, right, and line out levels. It would be nice to have something like the handy recorders or a lot of other recorders that have a gain knob, which is not a gain knob in 24-bit mode. It's a fader. In 32-bit mode, there is no trim, so the fader now turns into a gain knob. But for me personally, I usually and 99% of the time use 32-bit mode, so it doesn't really impact me. But for some people, maybe like Chris, or possibly me in the future, if someone really wants just 24-bit, then it'd be nice to have. The next thing that I want to bring up, and Chris really has an issue with this because he uses the line out. I don't really use the line out. Maybe one day I will, but I might not, considering the noisy level it has. And he was mentioning that it's just still noisy. There was an update before, like the 1.5 or 1.6 update that addressed it, but to be honest, it's not perfect. It's not great. Now, the speculation is it's a hardware thing, in which case there's nothing they can do about it with a software update, which leads to possibly a Mark II or a F6N, because they have the F8N, which is another model. So maybe one day they're going to put out a F6N. I don't know, considering the type of stuff that they've been putting out and kind of like leaving the F6 in the dust, but that's just my speculation. I don't think they're going to make another F6. I think they're going to make something different. But if they were to make a Mark II or F6N, I would love for it to have a better I/O system. So upgraded preamps, upgraded everything. It's a great little device, but with that next level, I'd like to see some of these things be tweaked and basically upgraded. The last thing in the software department that I want changed is simply in 96 kilohertz for your sample rate, I'd like to have a 6-second pre-roll. Right now it's 3, but I'd like for it to have 6. Just a little personal thing for me. It's okay. It's nice to have a pre-roll regardless of the sample rate and regardless of the seconds, but 6 seconds for the 96 kilohertz would be really nice. The next section I want to talk about is the hardware. Now, a lot of these things I'm going to talk about are for a Mark II or F6N, which would be really cool for them to add. Now, the first one is not something that you necessarily need an upgraded version of this. This could be just something that can be added or created and you buy separately. The mount on top where you put your camera is a little bit flimsy in my opinion, especially if you got a camera that's a decent size. Like right now, I'm actually recording into my new camera. I got a 90D now with a hefty Sigma lens on there. And it would be nice to have something more sturdy. So maybe in the future they'll release something, or maybe in the next model they'll have something more sturdy or durable. Now, the next two things for the hardware modifications or wish lists They're strictly for a new model. They're in Mark II, F6N, whatever it is, or possibly could be. We don't know. So the first modification I would have for the next model, or a newer model, would be the SD card placement, meaning the slot in which you put your SD card. Behind an L series battery is annoying. So if I was swapping SD cards or whatever and I'm giving it to someone, it would be nice to be in a spot that's more accessible. And I don't know how you would do it. Maybe put it on top, maybe put it on the bottom. I don't necessarily use AA batteries, so maybe that section down there could be basically your SD card slot. And better latch, and I would kind of have it like the plug for the Bluetooth adapter when you don't have the Bluetooth adapter in, but that's just my opinion on how I would do it. This last hardware modification is a suggestion by Chris, and he suggested this, and I agree with him totally. The face of it, it's a little small. And I understand they're going for the compact look, and I don't have an issue with it. I really don't have a problem when I record stuff or when I'm working a job or whatever it may be. It just would be nice for the buttons to be a little bit bigger. If you make the device just a tiny bit bigger, you can make those buttons kind of nice. And maybe you can modify the screen to be more narrow and widescreen, and just some ideas that we're having, and we bounce some ideas off each other, and we really feel that if it was just a tiny bit bigger and those buttons were a little bit easier to press, it would be just that much better. And it is so close to being a perfect device that I hate to make these critiques, but it's certainly one of those things that would make this device almost perfect. Now, the last section that I have here for you guys for the wish list or possible updates are Bluetooth and wireless related things. Now, you've heard me say this before with the Bluetooth app and Bluetooth adapter. I just feel that the wireless/Bluetooth system should have wireless audio being transmitted, meaning that you can monitor your audio through the app, through your phone or whatever device that you use, iPad or whatever it is. I would love that. Now, this could be a physical hardware thing, in which case new model or upgraded model would possibly have that. And I would definitely have Bluetooth connectivity built into it and not a adapter. That's a little side upgrade wish list thing. Because it just doesn't make any sense. Because now it's $700. If you were to tell me it's $750 and it's got full wireless connectivity, I'll take it. Yeah, absolutely. F6N, I'm all for it. And the last thing, as far as wireless connectivity and wireless functionality, Chris brought this up, and it's a very interesting concept. Wireless transmission of files. Now, you can plug it in through a USB-C cord. It's easy, no problems, but it'll be a nice little touch if it's possible. We don't know if they have the technology or if they're able to put that technology into their audio recorders, but it'd be really nice to have. And I know that wireless transfer of files is possible, but does Zoom have it? We don't know. If anybody knows about any other companies that has wireless transfers of hardware to hardware things, like basically one piece of hardware talking to another piece of hardware, and kind of like through the internet or through a network, I'm sure there's plenty, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. It's kind of like airdropping stuff on iPhones and Macs and things like that. So very similar system. So if that is a possibility for these audio devices, that would be incredible. And that's all I got for you today. That is my wish list and Chris's wish list for the Zoom F6. I really do appreciate Chris giving his insight into these modifications that we are looking for, and upgrades, firmware updates, possible 1.8 update in the future. We don't know what's going to happen. It took them a while to get to the 1.6 and then to the 1.7, but hopefully one day we will see more upgraded things and more modifications for the Zoom F6, and who knows, maybe an F6N, F6 Mark II, whatever they want to call it. I kind of like the Mark II because I don't know, it sounds cooler, but that's just my opinion. If you have any ideas for names And if you have any other ideas for modifications, upgrades, and certain things that you would like to see with the Zoom F6 or possible new version that they're going to have, because Lord knows they certainly like releasing a lot of gear, and they release a ton, especially this year. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please hit the like button down below. It'd be greatly appreciated, and it helps this video, helps this channel, and really helps me grow as a creator, because it kind of gives me the inspiration to make certain things. So if more people like something, I know, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and make more of that kind of stuff. So your likes certainly make a difference. And if you like my vibe around here and everything going on, the mic reviews, and I got a ton of comparisons coming up, so if you like that kind of stuff, please subscribe and you'll be notified if you hit the notification bell when things are coming out. Speaking of that notification bell, I stream on the weekends, and I'm trying to fill in one stream during the week where I play video games. I have my new camera now, so we're doing dot-to-dot art again. It's a lot of fun. I just basically chill, listen to music. Stream Beats is my music of choice. Royalty-free music by Harris Heller and the Alpha Gaming crew and Senpai Gaming crew, whatever they're calling themselves these days. They're changing it over soon, so it's really cool to have that kind of stuff and people like that, creators. I aspire to be someone like that, so that'd be really cool. So if you subscribe and we get monetized, we'll be able to do this more in-depth and more bigger, just bigger. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. I missed that. I don't care. I don't care. She's trying to kill me. She's crazy. Lady, you crazy. Jesus! Don't kill me, lady! Is there any coinage? Oh no, it's just run! Just, oh my god, the lady tried to kill me!